Hello guys and welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Brooke and today we are kicking off a chatty vlog because you guys, I have so much to catch you up on. Very quickly, I had the baby 3 weeks ago. He was born 5 weeks early. I was hospitalized for 11 days. You guys, so much has happened. So the last video, I know it's been a few weeks, which is why we need to catch up, but I finished recording that video, edited it that night, and it went live the next day. Literally the day it went live is when all of this went down. So yeah, we have just so much to cover. But first, if you guys haven't already, don't forget, subscribe below, gives you a big thumbs up, and let's get into the catch up and everything that happened. So let's set the scene. It's 1:30 in the morning. I wake up and my pants are wet, like entire crotch back, like I'm like, oh my gosh, I peed myself. So I'm like, this is so embarrassing. So I quietly get up so I don't wake up Darren. I go to the bathroom and I pee. And I was like, what is going on? Oh my gosh, I still had to pee after all of this, like, you know, I already peed myself and then I still have to pee this much. Like, oh my gosh, I must have woken up like mid-pee. How embarrassing. And like, thank God I woke up when I did, or like I would have peed the entire freaking bed. So I was like, this is just, you know, this is the worst, so embarrassing. So I change and I go back to bed. I slept on my side, so like it didn't get like on the sheets. And then like an hour and a half later, I wake up again and I'm wet again. I'm like, oh my gosh, I freaking peed myself again. I am such an embarrassment. So I sneak out of bed again. I change again. I go pee. Like, what is going on? Like, why do I keep peeing myself? Like, oh my gosh, I've been potty trained for years, you know? Like, what is happening? I like go to the bathroom vanity and I'm like, get it together. You are an embarrassment. You are potty trained. You are an adult. Why are you peeing yourself? Get it together. So after my little, like, you know, stern talking to, I go back to bed. And as I start dozing off, I'm like, no. I can't be trusted. Like, I've already peed the bed twice in one night. Like, this is more than I've peed the bed in decades. You know what I mean? Like, something is wrong with me tonight. So I'm like, I can't go to bed. I can't freaking trust myself to go to bed because I'm probably gonna freaking pee the bed again. So then, as I'm laying there, I start noticing my pants are getting wet again. And I'm like, okay, I am awake this time. I know that I am not peeing myself. Like, what is going on? So then I take to Google, peeing myself, 3rd trimester pregnancy. And everything's like, you think you're peeing yourself, but really you probably have a ruptured sac. And I was like, that's not good. So then it tells you some like different things like look out for and like, surprise. Yes, that's what's happening. So I'm like, okay, 1, yay me that I'm not peeing myself. I am indeed potty trained. Yes, that's a win. But also not good because that means I'm going into labor and I was only 33 weeks and 6 days. 40 weeks is full term. So this is too early. So I wait till 6:30 because I was like, maybe it's just gonna go away. Like maybe it'll like reseal itself somehow. Like clearly I don't know anything about how this works because that is not possible. But I was like, maybe, like I really want to make sure this is what's happening before like, you know, I start making people panic. So I call my OBGYN, they have like an after hours thing, explain what's going on. And then I guess because I had gestational diabetes, one of the things with it is it often leads to like premature delivery basically. So like baby comes early. So they were like, you have gestational diabetes. You didn't find out about it till quite late. So it has been unmanaged for a majority of your pregnancy. And then like all the signs are there. And at this point it was 6:30 a.m. by the time I called them because I was trying to wait it out. And they're like, you've been ruptured since 1:30 in the morning. You need to go to emergency immediately. And I was like, oh, I thought you were gonna tell me like, you know, I don't know, take this medication or like just, you know, rest or, you know what I mean? Like I thought they were just gonna give me advice. And they were like, you need to get to emergency immediately. And I was like, excuse me? What? What do you mean? So I was like, okay, so are they gonna like, I don't know, give me like a shot or some kind of medication there and send me home? And they're like, you will not be going home until you've had this baby. No, like I start working an hour and a half, like my maternity leave didn't even start until, wasn't supposed to start until April 9th. And this is March 25th. Like, oh, we are a little too early for all that. So then I call emergency labor and delivery at the hospital I'm delivering at, and they say the same thing. You need to get here immediately. And so now I'm like, I'm freaking panicked. So go into the room, wake up Darren, and I was like, we're having the baby. Like, he's coming and he's like, no. You have over a month. You're fine. Go back to bed. And I was like, you don't understand. So I explained the situation to him. He's full panic mode. I call my parents because my parents are in Mexico. And so my parents they're also like, it's too early, breathe, you're okay. And I was like, I just got off the phone with 2 emergency people and they said I'm not okay. And so then my parents are like, you're not okay. And so my parents, they book a flight for literally like 2 hours later, and everyone's in like full panic. Also, keep in mind, Sadie had gotten a surgery the week before because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be home for the next like 6-8 weeks while she's recovering so I can take care of her before the baby's born. Now it's been 1 freaking week and here we are. So now like at this point, you know, Sadie can't like walk on her own. Like she needs full-time around the clock care. So I take the car, I drive myself to the hospital, and Darren is like crowdsourcing with like our local friends, like people to come like watch Sadie, stay at the house. Like again, it is 6:30 in the freaking morning. So, you know, getting hold of people is also a little bit tricky. But eventually he does find someone. So I get to the hospital, go to triage, they do a few different tests, and they're like, yeah, you're ruptured. Like, yeah, I know. So then they were like, okay, so it's a little too early for you to deliver, ideally. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna admit you and we're putting you on bed rest. And I was like, okay, like you're admitting me into the hospital, okay, for like a day or two. And they're like, you'll probably be here for 2 to 4 weeks. Excuse me? Excuse me, 2 to 4 weeks in the hospital? I've never been to the hospital before. This is terrifying. So I'm like, this is obviously not good news. And also, because my sac is ruptured, it's like every 30 seconds to 2 minutes, you have like gushes where it literally feels like you are involuntarily peeing yourself. So incredibly uncomfortable. And then also, they don't let you wear underwear when you're there. Okay, I know we're getting a bit into the TMI. They literally give you doggy pads and you have to sit on doggy pads and then just every few minutes go to the bathroom and then come back and change your doggy pad to a fresh one. So literally, like, you just feel so unsanitary. It was so unpleasant. And then we start kind of getting mixed messages from the doctors about like, once you're ruptured, basically like infection can like, you know, move up, which is also one of the reasons they can't have you wear underwear, because it's not breathable. So it's like, it heightens your risk of infection basically. So they were like, the goal is to get you to 35 weeks before you deliver, because that is like when most things are like done developing, so it's safer to deliver. Since I ruptured before 34 weeks, his lungs weren't done developing, and I guess there's like it was either 25 or 50% chance that I would deliver within 48 or 24 hours of rupturing, I guess like statistically. And so they were like, we need his lungs to finish developing ASAP. So they have like this steroid injection that they give like the mom to, you know, delivers the baby. So I got 2 shots in my butt, which was horrible. I hate needles. And then because I had gestational diabetes, the entire time I was in the hospital, they were pricking my finger and giving me insulin shots. Okay, pricking my finger 4 times a day. I was getting insulin shots between 4 and 7 times a day. And it was horrible. They were drawing my blood multiple times. Like, I think in the first 2 days, they had to draw my blood like 3 times, and then they were drawing it every 2 days. And it was just like needles everywhere, needles and blood, 2 of my biggest fears. And it was just like, it was everywhere. Like, I was being I was having to face my fears on like a not even daily, like an hourly basis with like the diabetes thing and everything. It was horrible. And you feel like you're peeing yourself, like it was terrible. So right when I hit 35 weeks, the doctors were, some of them were like, you need to induce, risk of infection now outweighs like the benefits of keeping the baby in the womb. And then some of the doctors were like, every day in the womb are less days in the NICU, so like, let's try to push it out. And so, yeah. So then it was like weighing like what is, like, cause you don't know what's gonna happen. So it's like, what do you do? Like weighing all your options. So ultimately we decided at the 35-day mark to induce. And so that's what I did. And so he was born on April 2nd. It was buck wild. Like the way that they induce is they give you like this half a pill, literally it is half the size of a birth control pill. Like it is so small. And you take that every 4 hours and there are 6 total doses. And then once you do that, then they start giving you Pitocin. So the little pills, they soften your cervix and help you dilate. And then once you've dilated enough, then they switch to Pitocin, and the Pitocin is what like creates the contractions to help like induce labor. So I got 4 doses, and then like my body just took over and was like, let's get this show on the road. Literally, like the contractions started getting crazy, but like that was happening for several days where things would start getting crazy for like an hour, hour and a half, and then they would just stop. And so we're like, oh my gosh, it's go time, it's go time, it's go time. Oh, nope, it's not. So this time, I'm like, I'm not even waking anyone up. Like it was 4:30 in the morning, Darren was sleeping, and I was like, I'm not waking him up. Like I'm just gonna suffer through this alone because, you know, I felt like the boy who cried wolf. And like I'd like gotten the nurses all and like Darren and like everyone was like, it's happening, and then nothing happened. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay quiet this time because I'm starting to feel embarrassed. Suffer through it. By 6:30, so now it's been going on for 2 hours and it's still happening. And I'm like, I don't know. But the nurse had like come back in to like do some like other things. They were like checking my blood pressure and like monitoring the baby every like 2 hours. So they came in, and so I was like, just so you know, this is what's happening. It's been 2 hours, but it's probably gonna stop. So like, I don't wanna like, you know, ring all the alarms and everything because it's probably not happening. And they were like, you are 4 doses in, it probably is happening. And so they hooked me up to the monitors and they're like, I think it is. And I'm like, okay, well, you guys also told me that once this starts, it's like a 1 to 2, potentially even 3-day event. So I'm just gonna shower, get myself ready for the day, and then, you know, we'll just suffer through this. So I go shower. Things are getting real in the shower. Literally, I took like a 5-6 minute shower because I was just in so much pain. So then I come back within literally 4 minutes. My pain goes from, wow, this really sucks, to I think I'm dying. I was in so much pain. I literally collapsed to the floor, which I have never experienced something like that before, where you're in so much pain, just like your muscles like entirely fail you. When that happened, and then I was like, oh my God, like I need the epidural, I need it immediately. And so within 5 minutes, the anesthesiologist was in there, gave me the epidural. That sucked, but I was like, it can't suck more than like what I'm currently feeling. So I got the walking epidural first. Within, I don't know, honestly, it was less than 10 minutes. I was like, give me the full epidural, because the walking epidural is a half dose, and so it allows you to like still walk, be able to like move around and stuff, because that's like an important part of like getting the baby to where they need to be to really minimize the chances that you'll need a C-section. Because if you're completely numb, if the baby's not where it needs to be and like you can't walk or move to help get it there, like you're likely ending up with a C-section. So at least that's what I had been told. So I was like, I wanted just the walking epidural until just before I was going to actually have to like deliver. But yeah, no, I only made it a few minutes and I was like, I need the whole effing dose now. And so like, okay. So they switch it out, they give me the full dose. And for some reason, it only numbed the right side of my body. Like, why? My entire left leg, my left back, I can feel everything. The good news is like the region that really needed to be numbed was numbed, and then my entire right side was numbed. But like, why could I feel the left side? I don't know. But ended up really coming in handy because you're supposed to like push when you have the contraction. So being able to feel the contraction, which I could entirely on my left side because I wasn't numb, I actually like knew when to like start pushing and when to like stop. So it did help, but it was horrible. But I did survive. He was born. Unfortunately, he did have to go to NICU, and he was in NICU for 2 weeks, which was terrible. We commuted there every single day and spent majority of the day there. My parents and Darren's parents also helped us with shifts every day. So we had a morning, afternoon, and night shift. So he was almost never alone. But it was so draining. It was so emotionally difficult. I ended up like, it was so, like the separation was so stressful for me. I ended up with hives all the way like down my fingers, back of my hands to about mid-arm. I had it on my chest. I had it from like my hips all across my lower like stomach and like my sides. I started getting it on my, like across my face. It was not great, and very, very regular breakdowns. It was very hard. Like literally you deliver and then they like just take your baby away because they needed medical attention, obviously, so safety first, but it's not how I imagined it going, which is also why there has been no content, because it's just been really, really difficult time. Like the hospitalization was horrible. And then after his delivery, he was taken to NICU, and the whole situation was really stressful and really draining and just a lot. And then, yeah, now he has been home for I think like 5 days. And so then that adjustment has also been quite a bit because babies eat very, very often. And then also like the amount of other care that they need has been a lot. So it is so worth it. I am absolutely obsessed with it. We're both absolutely obsessed with him. He's everything we wanted and more, but we are exhausted. We are tired. We are so tired. It's a little bit rough, but so worth it. Okay, I just finished making lunch. So just those cheese tortellinis with the pesto. And I will say this is significantly more than I actually planned on eating, but there was like less than a serving left after I was cooking the amount that I wanted. So I was like, you know what, I'll just make extra and I'll work on it. Slowly but surely, I will eventually finish it. So good. Oh my gosh, it is hours later. I have been so busy, so I decided that I was just going to just try to conquer the world. So there were so many chores that needed to be done that I didn't want to risk like slowing myself down with vlogging. But I washed the sheets, washed, dried, remade the bed, did all of our lights, all of our darks for clothing. I washed all of Nathan's clothes, which have to be washed separately because you have to use like baby detergent, which by the way, when we were in NICU, sorry, side tangent, but when we were in NICU, one of the nurses was like, you guys are using baby detergent to wash his things, right? And we're like, yeah, of course. And they're like, do you know why? Like all the fragrance and like chemicals and regular detergent can't be used on like, you know, baby stuff. And she's like, I mean, yes, that too, but actually it's because I guess in the US, they mandated that all baby clothes have like flame retardant in them. And so that babies don't catch on fire. Or if they do, it will like go out on its own because of the flame retardant in the clothing. So if you use regular detergent, it's too strong and it will like wash out the flame retardant basically. And me and Darren were talking, we're like, how big is this issue. Like, how many babies had to catch on fire for there to need to be a like federal regulation requiring flame retardants to be in baby clothing? Like, how frequently is this occurring? Personally, I don't know any babies who've caught on fire, or know of any babies who've caught on fire. I don't know anyone who, as a baby, they caught on fire. Like, what was going on before this happened? How many people were catching their children on fire? I'm so confused. So I've been meaning to look into it, but I actually forgot until I was just talking to you guys right now. And then also I wanted to tell you guys, because I was getting out all of like my like vitamins and stuff for the day because I forgot this morning. And I saw something that I want to tell you guys about. So remember how I was talking about when he was in NICU, how I got all of like those hives? I think they were like anxiety and stress hives. And I had talked to my OBGYN and she was like, nothing I can prescribe you. I would just recommend an antihistamine like Zyrtec or Claritin, just like regular standard allergy medication. And it somewhat helped, but like not really. And then I had asked the NICU nurses, they recommended this, which I have never ever heard of, Benadryl cream. This you just like topically put on and it's just like this clear gel. And oh my gosh, like this made it go away. I also purchased hydrocortisol and this worked better than hydrocortisol. And then this also worked better than Zyrtec. I got it on Amazon, but then I also found it in Walgreens. So I feel like it's pretty standard. So yeah, I don't know if it's a new product, but I felt like I needed to tell you guys about it because it like changed my life. Look how nice and clean everything is. Oh, so happy. Okay, I was using this blanket and then he definitely like soiled this, and so I just finished drying it, so I haven't put it away yet. And then his little bassinet, that's where he's napping. And then the changing table. So this, total game changer. So I've been using these things, so if he soils it, I don't have to like wash this every time. And so these, amazing. And then yeah, I restocked like all of this. And then I moved a bunch of his clothes and swaddles over here just because like commuting to his room, even though it's like down the hall, it felt too far in the middle of the night. And then I also moved his hamper out here because like right when you change him, we were like just throwing him on the ground, and I was like, I want to keep his hamper in his room. So very quickly, we ended up deciding against the aesthetic, and yeah, just moved the changing table out here and the hamper. So it is so much more convenient having it out here. Also, yesterday I went to Target and Costco. Oh, you guys, we are finally restocked. We literally have not really had food since we got back from the hospital, and now it's like, what? Oh. And now like we are fully stocked on like whatever it is that we may want to eat. Also, okay, Target has the coolest coffee creamers. Okay, birthday cake confetti. What? Look at that. And then also cookie dough. In general, like Coffee May and Delight, they make good ones, but for some reason like they don't carry it at like regular grocery stores, so that's really unfortunate. Also, you guys, Costco now has their own dry salami. So we were always getting the Columbus one, and then this one is like, I think it was like 20-25% cheaper, and so I was like, I mean, it looks good, so we're giving it a go because we always buy Columbus. So we'll see if that one is worthwhile. Also, they had eggs in stock. They only have brown eggs. Usually we just buy white. But very exciting that we were able to secure some eggs. And then I feel like everything else is just, you know, normal things that we get. Oh wait, where'd it go? Look what I found at Target. Ghost pepper. What? Since when? Very exciting. I also found the Taco Bell sauces. Diablo. They don't carry this. They have like mild, medium, and fire at regular grocery stores, but the Diablo, that one is new. And then yeah, I feel like everything else is standard, but that was very exciting. You guys, okay, so I forgot that I went to get the mail this morning, and look how freaking cute these cards are. I can't handle it. Okay, so one of my friends That's her little one. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? She took it herself. I was like, girl, you have a future as a photographer. Incredible. And then look at this, my neighbors made it. Congratulations, Brooke, it's a boy. And then what does it say? Lizzie, your neighbor. And then I'm so excited for your baby boy, and me and my sister can babysit. Well, bye. Lizzie. Is that not the cutest thing? Literally, our neighbors, they have, okay, so they have 3 kids, and 2 of them are like, I don't know, maybe they're like 8, 10, something like that. They're twins, and oh my freaking gosh. First off, all their kids, so freaking well behaved. I don't know what the parent secret is, but like, seriously, the most sweet, polite, well-behaved like kids ever. And like when we moved in, they drew a picture of me and brought it over with this. They brought 2 chocolate bars too. They've homemade me bread, which quite literally was the best bread I have ever had. They bring over homemade food all the time. Like, oh, we were making lumpia and we thought you'd like some. Oh, we were making cookies. We thought you might want some. We made cake. We thought you might want some. We made, like, it goes on and on. It's like every other week they are bringing over something that they homemade. It's amazing. Like, I don't know how I got so lucky with these neighbors, or how we got so lucky with these neighbors, but they are just like, it's like, I would expect this out of like, I don't know, like Gilmore Girls or something, like some like small town, the Sweet Magnolias. Like, yeah, like it like this doesn't happen. Good morning, guys. So it's the next morning and my parents just got to my house like, I don't know, maybe like an hour ago. And they're watching Nathan for us. So I was able to shower, get ready, and leave for my doctor's appointment a little bit early. So Darren mentioned last night that his car, like one of the tires he thinks has a nail in it. So I took his car and I'm gonna go get that fixed and then fill it up with gas. So he's ready for work tomorrow. So I've literally been here an hour and a half and I have like 30 minutes until I have to leave for my doctor's appointment or I'm going to be late. So, oh my gosh, like I might have to actually leave here without getting it fixed, which is gonna be so frustrating. I did stop at Costco on the way here and filled up the car with gas, and now I'm wishing that I didn't, and I just did that like after the appointment, but I really didn't think that it would take this long. Here we go. Hello guys, so it's a few hours later and I'm home. So ended up getting 4 new tires. I think I mentioned that Darren thought there was maybe like a nail in one of them, so I just went to get the nail like patched. However, they did like a test and they're like, we can't find a hole in the tire. However, all 4 of your tires are very bald. And I was like, honestly, I couldn't even tell you the last time I actually even looked at the tires. I had no idea. So got all new tires. So ended up taking longer than anticipated, but finally made it out of there. They did start this cool thing that I thought I would tell you guys about. So it's brand spanking new. So they changed their like warranty situation. So now all of their tires that you buy from them are warranted for 50,000 miles. So if like one of your tires pop, or if you get a nail in it or a cut or something, when something happens like while you're driving, they will replace the tire for free. So I thought that was really cool. And then came home, got to get some more stuff done because my parents stayed for a few extra hours, which was so freaking nice. And so now I feel like I have a grip on my life.
Wow!
It's amazing.
Look at you!
Tonight I have the best chef in town cooking for me. Oh, what are you making? What are you cooking up here?
Spicy chicken pasta.
Spicy chicken pasta, yum. So we got some pasta in here. He is homemaking the sauce from scratch. And then The chicken is over here resting. Yum! And then the pups, of course, you know, they're smelling things, so they just each got some treats, huh guys? Yeah. Everybody's eating well tonight. Dinner is served. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. And then over here, I am making some hot dogs for the pups because, well, Hunter has been requesting it, huh baby boy? He likes to come and he will sit by his bowl and just stare at you. And so the bowls are right here and he just stares at you in the kitchen until you give him what he wants, which is a special little additive to his meal. So sometimes it's cottage cheese, sometimes it's canned food, sometimes it's rice and beans, sometimes it's meat. Yeah, today's hot dogs. Good morning, guys. So it's 11 and per usual these days, you know, had a very productive morning because they start so freaking early. So now I am showered and ready, and you may be wondering, Brooke, you're not going anywhere these days. Why on earth are you getting ready? And you know what? Because I have so much that I need to do all day, I feel so much more productive when I am like ready for the day. I've been like doing my makeup and very lightly doing my hair. Like I just put my hair products in, but I just let it be natural and get dressed. Now I understand I'm literally in a bodysuit and like sweats, so I'm not out here, you know, getting super duper ready, but I'm not in a pajama set. It's enough that I feel like I can be productive. So yeah, honestly, I am getting so much more done these days. Partially because I have to, partially because I'm up for so many more hours these days. But it is crazy how your body just like adjusts. Like usually 2 nights of not sleeping very much and like my body is shutting down, I start getting sick. Now I kind of feel like I'm thriving. So I'm like, I mean, should I go run in the morning? I mean, no, but I feel like I could. Okay, so a bit more time has passed. So now I'm literally just going to warm up the leftovers from dinner last night. So the spicy chicken pasta that I showed you guys that Darren made. He's working today. I thought he was gonna take it to work. He didn't. So I'm gonna eat it because yeah, my motivation to cook has exited the scene. So now this is all I have. This is all I have to give. Something I've always done is, I just spilled it, but I always have a little bowl of candy. It had Cadbury eggs in it. However, Darren's parents have come over a few times this week and that's their favorite candy, and they've plowed through, not just the parent, like Darren too, like he is fully a participant, but him and his family have plowed through an entire Costco-sized bag of Cadbury eggs. I just kept refilling this and it was just, they were going missing. So yeah, my great grandma always had like a bowl of candy on the counter, and so I always have, like even when I went to college in the dorms, I had it in a jar though because, you know, sanitation purposes. But like I've always had candy, and so now I have replaced it with these Hershey Kisses. Remember from my baby shower, I had extra, and now I fear I am plowing through all of these. Also, it's giving snooky. I didn't mean to do that. I just used a clip. I just clipped my hair back when I was brushing my teeth, and I just kind of left it because it's out of my face. It's my first time getting a glimpse of it. It's very, very snooky-esque. So fragrant. It smells just as good as it did last night. So excited. Oh my gosh, speaking of last night, unfortunately, our TV has been acting up and it's like refusing to open majority of our like streaming apps for like TV and shows and stuff. So the only one that's really working right now is Amazon Prime. But it wasn't too big of a deal because for 3 weeks we weren't home because I was hospitalized for 2. Oh my God, 4 weeks we weren't home because I was hospitalized for 2. And then the 2 weeks that he was in NICU, we stayed with my parents because they live significantly closer to the hospital. And so I guess that means actually they haven't been working for like 6 weeks or 7 weeks because it wasn't working for a few weeks before then. Wow, it might be time to actually get this addressed. But actually, yeah, no, this is kind of becoming a long-term problem. Okay, mental note, need to actually figure out what is going on. Anywho, going back from what I was gonna say, fourth tangent, Amazon Prime is basically all that's working right now. So I had to find new shows. So now, or what I was watching was The Heart of Dixie, which is a super old show. Like, I mean, it is, I think it ended like a decade ago. But I had never seen it. So I watched it from like beginning all the way through. I finished it yesterday, devastating. So then I was like, okay, I need a new show. And so I found one. It just kind of started auto playing when Heart of Dixie ended, and it was like, we think you might like, and then, you know, it counts down and then just starts a new show. And actually they understand me so well. They started playing a show called Everwood. And this is also super old. It came out in 2002. It had 4 seasons, so what, 2002 to 2006? Very old show. Wholesome vibes. I love a good, like, heartfelt drama. And yeah, I love it. Alright guys, so I have edited the video up to this point and it's already quite long, so I have decided that I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. So if you guys haven't already, don't forget, subscribe below, gives you a big thumbs up, and don't forget to tune in next week for another new video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye guys!